What's your emergency?
Welcome back to That Weewoo Show, a podcast where we watch and discuss episodes of the ABC show 911. I'm Ellen.
I'm Alice.
And I'm Bex.
And thank you so much to everyone who has been listening to our Season 5 episodes. I don't think we're halfway through yet. What are we up to? Episode 9?
We have one more and then we hit the mid-season hiatus.
Right. There you go. Well, thank you also to everyone who's been leaving comments and sharing our posts around. We love you. Thank you. This week we are going to talk about, episode 9, past Is Prologue. But first, Alice, could you catch us up on what happened last week?
So last week on 911, an explosion at a hospital resulted in Buck holding some babies.
Yay.
Also, Bobby proposed to David for Michael, and then David and Michael moved to Haiti forever.
This week on 911, Bobby and the 118 race to the rescue when an abandoned oil well erupts and causes a massive sinkhole in downtown LA. I think that's actually more information than we get in the episode. There's nothing in the episode tells you that it's an abandoned oil well.
No, and I don't even think they refer to it as a sinkhole ever.
Not
They're
really.
just like
hole in the road, oil geyser.
It's like hardly any of this episode, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the opening emergency, and that's it.
And that's about it. Yeah.
Also, Athena investigates a 30-year-old cold case involving a casino robbery. Buck fears his relationship with Taylor might be ending because women flee from him routinely. And Hen meets a man from her mother, Tony's past. Triggers for this episode include a car accident, mention of domestic violence, cheating, threat of gun violence. I'm going to throw in gambling just in case anybody gets triggered by that. Possibly also references to the prison system. And, I think that's it for the triggers for this week.
Yeah, it's a more mild episode trigger-wise, I guess.
Yes.
But what this episode does have is a bunch of different storylines that don't really go together. Like, as we go through, maybe we can try and work that out. But I don't know. It doesn't.
It's another one where they're attempting to do a themed episode where everyone's storyline has to do with something from their past. But I don't know. I can't believe I'm saying this. Bring back Kristen Rydell and shoving a theme down our throat until we are sick of it. Because at least those episodes made sense, right? You read the episode title, you went, okay, that's what the episode's going to be about, and then every single storyline hit the mark when it came to that theme. Like, incredibly on the nose about it in some instances.
We hated the themes, but...
at least we knew what we were getting ourselves in for. This one's like, it's like, when you go to a themed party and then everyone has their interpretations of the theme. This is a themed episode where everyone it's an interpretation of the theme.
A good way to describe it.
So I think probably the best place to start would be the title of the episode, which is Past Is Prologue, which is a quote from William Shakespeare.
Oh, okay.
How does Buck know that quote then?
Well, that's the thing. I don't actually know that Buck would know this quote. Or that he would be able to use it semi-correctly.
He probably heard someone say it and was like, that sounds
Buck's
cool.
never seen a movie in his life. I don't know how he knows what a prologue is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could also argue that he was never into pop culture, but perhaps classical pop culture.
You think that boy can read?
The amount of Wikipedia articles that he consumes, yes.
Yeah, he probably just got into a random wiki spiral and learned everything about Shakespeare on wiki and wiki quotes.
And then he watched the Leonardo DiCaprio Romeo and Juliet movie, and that was it. He was off then.
So,
Yeah.
so it comes from The Tempest. It's Act 2, Scene 1 of The Tempest. And it's from the character Antonio, and says, by what destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue, what to come in yours and my discharge. Basically, it's...
What was that about discharge?
To do, not physical discharge as in actions to do.
Right,
it
sorry,
basically
yep.
means, you know, that whole idea of everything in my life has led to this moment and it's prepared me for what I'm about to do and what's
Yep.
going to happen in my life next. That's what it is. Everything in the past is the context for what is about to happen moving forwards. Everything that you've done has prepared you for what you're about to do now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great quote. I just don't buy that Buck would know it. And you know, I'm a Buck defender. I love. Oh my god, you know what? Taylor probably mentioned it, said it to him once.
Oh,
She was like writing a story about like, you know, how awful America was, and she mentioned it, and he's just like, I'm gonna be so smart next time I mention that.
all right. The writer, yeah, I would love to know what went on in the writer's room, because this guy feels like a ringer. He has done exactly one episode of 911 this episode.
Wow.
Interesting, but he's written other stuff, right?
Oh yeah. He looks like he is an established TV writer. He was executive producer, I believe, and very heavily involved in a Dusk Till Dawn TV series.
There was a Dusk Till Dawn TV series.
There was a Dusk Till Dawn TV series. There was a MCU TV series that he wrote a couple of episodes for. So I'm kind of not... Well, based on this episode, I am kind of doubting his writer's credentials. I'm just interested in why... Because normally when we watch these, we recognise the writers' names.
Yeah, because they usually do a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Why is there only one episode? I was confused when I first got into this because the writing was like, it was funny. Like the early part of the episode's quite funny and snappy, but it didn't feel like any of like previous episodes, if that makes sense. Like it was,
that makes sense.
Different. Yeah, and that's why.
I do have a theory about why, but that's going to go in the season 5 wrap-up episode, because it's will contain spoilers. But yeah, first and last episode for 911. Never seen him before, never see him again. And it was directed by Marcus Stokes, who's done Fallout and Blindsided.
Yeah, both pretty great action episodes.
Yes, which is weird since I mean, I guess he was good for the opening emergency was done well.
Yeah, it was very exciting.
So
the rest of the episode didn't really have anything exciting in it at all. It was all just interpersonal relationship stuff.
Oh yeah, but some of that interpersonal relationship stuff was goddamn funny.
Oh yeah. But like not action is what I mean. Like
no, it was very much character. It was a character episode.
Anyway, we should probably talk about what actually happened in the episode. So yeah, this opening emergency is, I want to say the only, maybe there's one other emergency in the episode, but yeah, this is pretty much it.
Well, I mean, the only other
emergency
that we see them get called to is Clive, and that really doesn't count, I don't think. So yeah.
So they do set up, like nothing bad happens to these people, but, well, arguably. But we do get a bit of a David Wallacing at the beginning. Like, we have to meet these people before we can care about what happens to them. So we do get to meet Gabby, who is about to have a driving test, and she's freaking out a little bit, but she's giving herself a pep talk, like, you can do this, Gabby.
Apparently she has moved to California from Brooklyn, and because she's from Brooklyn, she's never had to drive before. But
yeah, nobody drives in New York because there's too much traffic.
Nobody drives in New York, but you have to be able to drive in LA because you literally cannot walk anywhere.
Yeah.
But when she tries to tell her story to the lady who gets in, like the examiner, basically, She does not care.
Yeah, this is a terrible time to trauma dump.
She's nervous and
she's like, oh my God, like, I just had a breakup. I've had to move halfway across the country for a fresh start, rah, rah. And, like, Chloe, who's the examiner, is like, just turn right up here. Yep. Nope.
Yeah, like, just
not gonna
just
turn.
keep
Okay,
going.
cool. Yep, I'll just.
Like it's combination nerves because she's doing a driving test and nerves because she thinks her driving instructor is hot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Also because she's apparently failed like multiple times.
And she does the thing where one thing goes wrong and then she thinks she's just already failed. So, which is exactly what I did in my driving test. But amazingly, I didn't fail, but I spent the next like 10 minutes absolutely bricking it as I was driving around because I was like, I've already failed. But when we got to the end, she was like, okay, I gave you 2 strikes, but you didn't get 3, so you passed. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, they pull you over if you fail too badly.
Oh, do they? Because they're like, you're not fit to drive.
Yeah,
get out.
Like they just put, like, as soon as you get 3 strikes, they just pull you over rather than making you do the whole thing.
Right.
Or at least they do down here. I don't know about. And they did, well, long ago when I got my driver's license.
Right. Anyway, she doesn't fail, even though she doesn't see the red light until they're almost on it. And then she sort of screeches to a halt. Chloe starts warming up to her a little bit once she's told the story about how she left Brooklyn and blah, blah, blah.
I think Chloe starts to warm up to her when Gabby is trauma dumping and she mentions that her ex is a girl.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gabby did pass the test or not. They didn't really get a chance to finish it.
Yeah, I don't...
No. Well, you can't fail for, like, driving into a sinkhole. I mean...
She
I didn't know that was
coming. Seatbelt off.
She did take a seatbelt off.
Get her another strike.
Anyway, yeah, so they bond... Chloe's like, you did the right thing moving out here. And just as they're warming up to each other, a sinkhole opens up and swallows the car. And apparently the sinkhole was caused by an oil geyser.
But when we say it swallows the car, it wasn't that the car goes, like, into the sinkhole. It's kind of teetering on the edge of the sinkhole, and there's an oil geyser that's kind of keeping it level, which is just weird.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was actually going on here. Like, is there some, like, an oil pipe that is ruptured and there's spewing oil up into the air? Or is there just oil in the ground? It's an abandoned
oil well. And I'm guessing some kind of tectonic activity has shifted and cracked something and caused it to spurt, and then the pressure of the oil is what has caused the road to break open. They don't really care about why it happened or how it happened. Yeah, we just want it to happen so we could have the emergency.
Exactly. Well, I'm just confused as to whether there's actually like just random abandoned oil wells underneath LA.
Apparently,
no,
Buck will tell you
LA. Actually,
I'm not going to actually go and Google it, but if someone knows,
Buck does know.
Yeah,
I
does
completely tuned him out when he was explaining, but yeah,
obviously I did too. But
it's fine. I listened to him.
Of course, you listen to him, honey.
Unless he's in shorts, in which case I.
It just becomes blah blah blah.
His mouth moves, but no words. Yeah, making sense. Anyway, yes, Gabby is okay, I think she rings 911 before she knows that Chloe is injured, but Chloe's kind of not really breathing very well, and she's just sort of like not saying anything. And she gets May on the phone, and when May asks if anyone's injured, then Gabby realizes that Chloe, as the airbags have gone off, the pen she had in her hand has now stabbed through her chest.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're just gonna go with it and just go. Okay. Yep, that makes sense.
It sounds kind of painful, extremely painful, and probably implausible. But anyway,
I mean,
she's.
You know how last week we were sitting here kind of giving ourselves sternal rubs to try and figure out how much they would hurt. I was sitting there sort of poking at my chest to try and figure out, like, whether I think a pen could have gotten through. And it would have. It would be one of those
between ribs and
yeah. It's just like the one in 1 in 10,000 chance that it hit at just the right angle, that it got through between the ribs and didn't bounce off the rib cage or hit the sternum bone or something.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. So
For the drama, she has a pen sticking out of her chest.
She has I'm going to say that it's a good quality metal fountain pen that has pierced her chest and, as May says, probably punctured her lungs, so she's having trouble breathing. And it's all okay, though, because the 118 have been dispatched.
Yeah. And
she's very good. May doesn't actually tell her not to pull the pen out, but she doesn't actually pull the pen out. She just leaves it there.
She
so
says,
she's been impaled.
As long as the pen stays in, she should be fine.
Yes, Gabby's with should I do something, with the implication being should I pull it out.
Yeah, it's like, nope.
And I did like that, you know how I've been bitching in the last couple of episodes that they wait until the truck arrives and Bobby climbs out before he starts doing his exposition captain thing. They actually have him do it while they're en route.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
He's doing it over the radio while he's riding shotgun in the front of the truck.
Yeah, they have a lot of radio chat this episode and I missed it, so I quite enjoyed it.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, so they've advised DWP to shut off the power. They're closing the street. They've asked for a team of engineers to cap the well, and they need to foam the area to try and stop any accidental sparks igniting the oil, because there's oil everywhere. And it will just catch on fire and explode if there's
Much
any
like
sparks.
the hospital did last.
Yeah.
They can't open the hatch, like the back of the car, because it's stuck. And they can't saw it open. They can't use the jaws because if there's a spark, the whole thing's going to go up. So the guys just stand around at the back of this car, like having an argument about what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's great. Like, Buck's like, oh, give me the jaws. And Bobby's just like, whoa, 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 negative, stop, nope, Buck, nope, Buck, no. No.
But,
yes.
And Eddie's like, oh, isn't that what the foam's for? And Bobby's like, nope, foam's just a Band-Aid. It's okay for a spark or two, but not if you're cutting into metal.
And the great thing about this argument is that they are shouting while they are doing this, because the sound of the oil is so loud that they can't just have a normal conversation. And the way that they've done the sound during this scene is they've asked they haven't done ADR, and so it's nice and clear. You can literally hear them shouting at each other over the sound of the geyser, which I think is a nice touch.
Yeah. And it also means that Gabby can't hear whether Chloe is breathing properly or not. So she has to take her seatbelt off and cozy up to her so that they can have a little cuddle, so she can actually hear her breathing.
And when she takes her seatbelt off, Chloe's like, I'm going to have to dock you for that.
Gabby's like, I guess you're not too bad then, because you're making jokes.
Hen, on the other hand, does think that it's that bad because Gabby relays what she's hearing back to May, who relays through to Hen. Hen immediately takes off running and tells the menfolk that whatever they're going to do, they're going to do it quickly, because she believes that Chloe has a sucking chest wound. And if they don't get them out soon, she's going to drown in her own blood. So Eddie says, well, the first thing we need to do is we need to cap that oil, stop it, so that we can, take action.
And Bobby gets this light bulb above his head. And I'm like, oh my God, what? Okay. It's the insane plan that Bobby has come up with, that he reckons they can cap it themselves using the car.
Yeah, so while Bobby has got his insane plan going, Chloe and Gabby are having a bit of a heart-to-heart in the car, which doesn't last long because Chloe starts coughing, blood starts pouring out of her mouth, and the force of the coughs expel the pen out, so suddenly she's as much as oil is geysering from the well, blood is geysering from her chest.
Ugh.
And
Yeah.
she's freaking out. May keeps her under control, just says, find something. She gets napkins out of the center console, slaps them on her chest. She just keep the pressure on there. Fire and rescue will be able to get you out in a minute. They just need to move your car. And Gabby's like, yeah, okay, wait. Move the car? Where are they moving it to?
Yeah, move it to where?
And then we get, it's a pretty cool shot of multiple members of the 118 lined up behind Gabby's car under the oil, just pushing the car forward.
Yeah, I'm like, you really want to push the car right into a sinkhole? Like, is this a good idea?
Sure, why not?
Sinkholes
I seriously
tend
question...
to get bigger over time, and they do swallow things. Like,
that's the one thing, nobody has like secured the, like, shored up the area around to make sure that it doesn't get bigger. I was also questioning whether that little car, which I'm assuming is like plastic, and two very slim young women are going to have enough weight in order to cap said oil well.
yeah, well, they don't for very long.
They do, yeah, that's why, like,
based
even the
for what
guys are
happens.
like, they all jump on it so that they're keeping it down as much as they can.
Yeah.
Anyway, it works for a little while.
For the drama, it works, yes.
Yeah.
Buck and Eddie are able to climb a ladder up onto the top of the car. They break the sunroof. They haul Gabby out, who is reluctant to leave Chloe until Buck and Eddie reassure her that in order to help Gabby, they need room in the car, so she needs to get out. And they swap Gabby with Hen. And then that's pretty much it. Hen gets in there and says, yes,
I don't think Hen does much. They just pull her out.
She like looks at the wound, goes, yeah, this is more serious than I thought. We need to get her out of here. They get her out. The weight starts to shift.
Either they're extremely strong, or they lift out like a doll version of like Chloe, because they just like pull her out by her arm. Like, it looks really strange.
I'm gonna say that it was Eddie lifting from the top, pulling from the top, and Hen like lifting and pushing from the bottom. So between the two of them, she's also tiny. She looks tiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, as they get Chloe out, Hen starts to climb out, and the car starts to like move and buck underneath them. And when they finally get everybody off the car, get the ladder off the car, back away to a safe distance, the car just flips like someone doing a bottle toss.
Literally.
And there's oil everywhere again.
And there is oil everywhere, although not over the 118. They seem to be remarkably clean.
Oh.
Yeah. I noticed when like Buck was climbing the ladder up that, you know, even though he'd been standing under the oil pushing the car mere seconds earlier, his turnout looked incredibly clean. So either that material is incredibly stain and water resistant, like it literally rolls right off, or they kind of shot it out of sequence. I will accept both answers to that.
Yep.
Both things can be true at once.
I did not even notice that.
No, I wasn't looking close enough. To be fair, I was watching on my phone screen in the car too, so...
Oh.
Please tell me you weren't driving.
No. Mum was driving.
Okay, good.
I didn't want to go into a sinkhole while trying to watch this episode.
So that's pretty much it for the emergency.
This next scene, I just laughed so hard. What the fuck? Freshly after talking about kinky roleplay last episode, we actually get some this time.
This is the scene we've been waiting for ages. It's so good.
Yeah.
So when May walks in to her mother's house, she notices like there's music playing and it's let's get it on.
It's sex music. There's candles, which is wild because Bobby's a firefighter, and also you know. Anyway, there's a lot of candles.
Maybe they're electric candles.
Maybe that's part of the role play.
He likes a bit of danger.
It's incredibly realistic role play. He's got a fire extinguisher in the kitchen ready for Athena to use.
Athena doesn't even look to see who has come into the house. She
just hears footsteps, and she's just like, "Oh, that's my cue." Damn.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Yeah, so Athena's wearing almost nothing but Bobby's turnout coat, which is obviously oversized for her.
She's got lacy undies on.
Oh, I said almost nothing, yeah.
She has a red lace and silk negligee and Bobby's turnout coat and nothing else.
Yep.
And she's not even like wearing his turnout. It's like draped over her over her elbows. She's kind of like using it as a shawl.
Yeah. And she's like, have no fear, LAFD is here. I heard you have a fire in your kitchen. And May's just like, what?
And Athena's like, May, what are you doing here? And May's like, I'd ask the same question, but I really don't want to know the answer.
And I will give Athena props that she sees May and she doesn't really move. She's like in this sexy sort of posed position. And she doesn't do that immediate like hunched over and wraps a turnout around herself and is sort of ashamed of what she's doing. She's like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. What the hell
is my house? Why are you here?
Yeah. She owns it, yeah.
She owns it. I love that. She does end up covered up. At some point the turnout is like Doctor Strange's magical cloak and it just immediately sort of sweeps around and wraps her up.
Yeah, yeah.
And like does the buttons up from, navel to knee. But to start with, she's just like, no, fuck it, this is my house. You are a grown woman, I am a grown woman. Yes, I have sex, deal with it.
I can walk
also,
about in my
why are
underwear.
you here? You don't live here.
Yes. It was you yearned for the freedom of your own apartment, so why aren't you there? Be free.
Let me be sexy with my husband in peace. And then she's like, no, I had to come and get my mail. And Athena's like, why haven't you changed your address?
Also, one of them's an Amazon package. Like, did she not change her address from the day before? Because Amazon's quick.
I'm going to say that
maybe
she
it was a bill.
No, there was literally
it
an
was
Amazon
absolutely
box.
an Amazon package, yeah.
Oh.
She probably just like, I send stuff to my mum's house sometimes. She's just gone, it's fine, I'll send it to mum's. I'll go pick it up. That's no big deal.
Yeah, to be fair, I do send a lot of stuff to my brother's place, but that's because he lives in, like, close to the city, and so the postage is usually a lot cheaper, because I live rural.
Yeah. I'm sure that there were
and it also
reasons...
takes an extra week to get to my house, whereas I send my brother every week, so it's usually a lot faster.
And then you have to wait for like that 1 hour in the day when the post office / doctor's office is open so you can go pick it up.
Yeah, our post office is literally a medical centre. Like, it goes to the doctor, the GP clinic. And they're closed for 2 hours a day for lunch.
Wild.
Bex knows this because she sent me a birthday present and I was like, that's great, I'll get it in like 3 weeks when they're open.
Oh.
Yeah. So May goes into the kitchen. I don't know why she's going into the kitchen. Maybe it's where they store all the mail. Bobby is rather adamant that she not go into the kitchen. And he sticks his head around from the wall where the fireplace is, and we see that he is quite possibly wearing nothing but a Kiss the Cook apron.
It's absolutely nothing but a Kiss the Cook apron. And May's like, what are you wearing?
Before this, he was not wearing the apron either.
Yeah, because he goes, this is all I could find in the kitchen to cover up. And she's like, so you weren't wearing... Nope, don't want to know. Nope.
No.
And then Bobby makes it worse by going, I just had to clear the counters off before we... I think the mail's in the bedroom. What? Nope, that's where food is.
So now that everyone has moved out and they no longer have to worry about Michael just appearing unannounced in the house, they can have sex on every surface in the house.
Apparently they're really celebrating Michael's departure.
So Athena goes to get the mail and May goes, so where's Harry? as if she's expecting him just to be like with headphones on in his room. They would absolutely not be doing that if Harry was still in the house, mate. Be serious.
Oh, God.
He's
Harry
gone to
went
the
to the
movies. They have like a
Alone?
2-hour window to
yeah.
do this in.
It's funny too because like this the episode that got swapped with. Yeah, it was
Yes.
because he's still credited, isn't he?
Yes.
So he could like it would have been so funny if they were like, oh yeah, he's at his dad's, but he did, like they'd already moved.
Was Bobby on screen when he said that? Because they
Yeah,
might
right.
have had
Maybe it
that,
was.
and they might have changed it. But anyway, doesn't matter.
But yeah, Harry, who just recovered from PTSD, barely has just gone to the movies on his own. He's good.
Well, it didn't say on his own. I'm sure.
No,
that
I'm
he's
assuming
gone
he's with
someone.
friends. But yeah,
But he is. The
went
point
with
is,
Jeffrey.
May, he is not in the house. Your mother is not that freaky. She, however, cannot find the mail, so Bobby has to ask May for a blanket from the couch so that he can wrap it around his waist so she doesn't see his middle-aged ass as he literally scuttles across the living room to the bedroom to grab May's mail for her because he's the only one who knows where he put it.
It's so silly. I love it. They did a great job with this scene. Just
It's
the
so
whole thing
funny.
is so funny. And as May just hightails it out of there, Athena's like, come by any time, call first. And I'm like, whoa, they're at the cottage.
literally my first thought. I'm just like,
Please scroll down in the notes.
Please call
oh my
first.
God, yes, we all thought, yeah,
Oh.
excellent.
For those of you who cannot
It's
see
like,
my
no,
notes,
I'll just come
the
by
next
around
page-
5, and they're like, please call.
The next page of the notes is a screenshot from episode 6, which is just Una and David Hollander going, we'll text.
We'll text.
Yeah, we'll just come around 5.
Please text.
Please text.
It's
Just
rotted our
saying.
brains. We are nothing if not heated rivalry quotes in trench coats.
Pretty much. Yep.
But totally like go like Bobby and Athena, you little freaks. Like
Yeah.
go for it. Like
But
top
see,
marks.
the thing is,
Love it.
we knew that Athena was a freak because
Yeah.
Hens had to rescue her from
Yeah.
roleplay scenarios. I don't think we realised that Bobby was quite that freakish, though.
They got together for a reason. I'm Yep. Good for them.
Excellent. I hope they had fun after they scarred May for life. Walking in on
But yeah, now for the scene that you and Taylor both disassociated from.
Yes, I'm just reading Buck's dialogue now and realising that, yes, he did actually explain the whole thing. And
I was too busy laughing about the previous scene, honestly, to listen to Buck, like info dumping about the oil wells.
Apparently I was disassociating like Taylor.
So yeah, Buck's completely explaining about the wells, how there's over 5,000 known oil wells in LA, but there's a bunch that were just basically forgotten. They've dried up, they've filled them with trash and covered them, and it's the ticking time bomb that could be sitting in your backyard right now. And then Taylor just doesn't say anything, and he's like, I was pitching you a story, did the promo tease and everything.
Taylor's like, what? What? Taylor
She's
and
like, oh
me
yeah,
are like,
time bombs, great.
what are you talking about? Yeah. And Buck's like, are you okay? But yeah, she's having a time, it sounds like.
She claims that
she says she's going to go home.
She claims she's sleep deprived and she needs to go home. Buck's answer is, why don't you stay and sleep here? I'm going,
Buck's
dude,
like, you have a home?
I'm pretty sure she just said that she hasn't slept very well in the last couple of nights, possibly because she's been sleeping at your place.
Yeah.
So she wants to go home and sleep. Buck is like, no, stay here and sleep and I'll reheat frozen waffles for you in the morning. And as tempting as that sounds, Taylor does take a waffle rain check.
I know, it's pre-cooking, Buck, and I was like, oh, that's right.
But he knew how to make breakfast. Like, Bobby taught him how to make breakfast. That's been established at this point. So
Well,
he doesn't...
clearly he's not very good at it. Or he forgot. Or he just has frozen waffles and wants to use them.
He just doesn't want to cook for Taylor.
They're doing, what is it, budget brunch?
Yeah.
Yes. But without the booze.
Yep.
So, nail in the coffin of Buck's rejection-sensitive dysphoria, she kisses him on the cheek before she leaves.
Oh my god, right? Like, oh, this poor baby.
So immediately Buck is like, oh, we're breaking up.
Yeah, Buck literally goes to work the next day and goes, yep, Taylor broke up with me. It's over. We're done.
It's over, yeah.
And Hen's like, she went home to sleep. How is that code for it's over? And he's just like, nope, it's done. We're over. We're finished. She took her shit and left.
Which is where we get the Buck is explaining, well, what's past is prologue, right? And based on my past, Taylor and I have reached the point in the relationship where the woman flees. And Ravi just looks at him and goes, women flee you?
Ravi is so confused by this whole conversation.
And what I find hilarious is Ravi is so confused, and Eddie is just cackling to himself over in the corner, as if he didn't just send Anna packing a couple of episodes
Literally,
ago.
I'm like, Eddie, you... Yep. I mean, I guess Eddie flees women?
Yeah, it's the other way around. Eddie flees women. Women flee Buck, but Eddie flees women.
Match made in heaven. Although in saying that, no, Shannon did absolutely flee Eddie, so, like, twice, so...
Very much so. Maybe we should get Anna and Taylor together.
No, Taylor's mine. You can't just give it to someone else? What the fuck are you doing? Anyway, Buck's trying to explain. He's like, no, it starts off small. She's cancelling plans because she's got to work. She needs to wash her hair or do her laundry. Oh, fuck, I've got to do laundry. And then before you know it,
you're dropping them off at the airport and never seeing them again. And Ravi's face is just like, what?
What the fuck is this law? Yeah. Like, where are you flying these women off to?
Ireland,
and Hen's just like, Buck, you're being...
New York.
Yeah. And then a train. Hen says that Buck's being a little too Buck about this. And Eddie's like, a little? When's the last time a woman told you she had to go home and wash her hair? 1952?
He's so sassy in this episode.
He's so
sassy in this episode. I love it. He's an absolute little shit, but I love it.
Especially since he's so pot kettle. Like...
Which is why in half of my notes it's just Mr. Pot and Mr. Kettle when I'm talking about these two. Just to, make things worse, Buck admits that he thinks that Taylor might have been living with him because it felt like they were living together.
This is where Bobby, who has just been happily listening in the front seat, is just like, why does this keep happening to you?
And Buck takes us as an actual question he tries to answer. Like, well, to be honest, I think, and Bobby's just like, no, I'm going to tell you why it keeps happening to you.
Yeah, like, this was not a question that you needed to answer.
No.
It was rhetorical. I'm going to therapize you right now.
Yes.
Because you don't talk to the women you're dating. You just go with the flow, find yourself in a relationship with no idea how you got there or what to do when things start to go wrong. And Eddie's like, yeah, who does that?
Thankfully, Buck gives him a you fucking me look, and the smile just kind of slides from his face.
And he's like, fine, I'll stop being mean to you. Because, like, Anna absolutely, like, moved in with Eddie, and Eddie's just like, why are you here? Please leave.
Yep. And he had no idea what to do, and just had a panic attack, and then
literally had a panic attack.
So props to Buck, he hasn't had a panic attack yet.
No, because Buck's the opposite. He wants the commitment. He's like, I like these women just moving in with me and never leaving. Or me moving in with them and never leaving. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to connect with them. I just want them to stay with me forever because I have issues around abandonment.
Yeah. So the moral of Bobby's story is to talk to Taylor, tell her how you're feeling, find ways to reconnect. And then Hen
Thank you,
pipes
Dr.
up.
Phil Bobby.
Hen says, you need to listen to him because Hen knows of what Captain knows of what he speaks. He and Athena were reconnecting in the kitchen the other night, and May walked in on them. And Bobby slowly turns around and is glaring at Hen.
Oh, it's so good. He, like, you can tell he came to work the next day and he's like, oh fuck, Hen and Athena are best friends. Like, Hen absolutely knows, and Hen just acted totally normal. And Bobby's like, oh thank God,
Until
Athena
now.
clearly hasn't told
No,
him.
no,
Told
no.
her.
I don't think it occurred to Bobby that Athena would have said anything.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
I'm sure that he knows that they tell each other everything, but he probably thought that their sex life was like not part of the everything. And now he's realizing that he was very much mistaken, that they do literally talk about everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Apparently my wife has been oversharing.
And then Bobby
I wasn't aware that we were able to bring our gear home for recreational purposes, and all of them are just like, ah!
Eddie thinks this is hilarious. Buck is traumatized. Ravi is somewhere between shocked, entertained, and slightly in the TMI department. And he asks, oh, so you've been playing sexy firefighter Cap? Bobby's response is, what makes you think I was the firefighter? And
And all of them are like, oh!
It's his turn to totally own it. He's just like, uh-huh.
Hen's remembering the last time she walked in on Athena role-playing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ravi is, like, looking at Bobby in a whole new light. Buck is booking an emergency appointment with his therapist.
Yeah, Buck's like, I don't
Yeah.
want to think about that, and now I can't stop. Like, that's literally his parents. What are you doing?
I love
Yeah.
this scene, because I love the scenes when they're in the truck just, like, talking backwards and forwards. I think this cast has such amazing chemistry, and when the writing is good, these scenes are just hilarious. It feels like
They're
you're a fly
so
on the
memorable.
wall,
Yeah,
just hanging
Yeah.
out with a bunch of people who really like each other.
that's
But
it.
then, so not only is it like just the camaraderie and the chemistry and just listening to them talk, but then you've got this conversation. It's the highlight of the episode for me is this scene.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I laughed so hard.
Yes.
So good. They're so memorable, those scenes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, eventually they do have, they have to get to the emergency in the end. There is a guy lying on the ground who apparently was trying to charge his car engine and gave himself a shock.
What? Mm.
So
You
I
don't
don't know.
charge engines.
Yeah, I
You charge
don't
batteries.
get this. Like, I was like, is it an electronic car and he's doing something wrong? And then it looks like he's just trying to give
No,
his
it's a
battery a
convertible.
jump start. And so I'm like, I don't understand.
Like, it's a classic car, so there's going to be no
Yeah,
electronics.
it's no
it
way
looks
it's
like he's
electronic.
literally trying to charge the battery, and somebody has just written the wrong dialogue, and nobody in the cast has picked up. Actually, that's not what cars do.
Yeah.
And, like, I absolutely know nothing about cars, but I am pretty confident that you charge the battery, not the engine. The battery then powers the engine. The engine does not have any charge in and of itself. Please
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't
people
think the
out there
battery even
listening?
charges I'm pretty
the
sure the
battery
battery
is just
doesn't.
to start.
Yeah,
the
the battery just
engine.
starts the car. The engine is powered by, like, a lot of things,
Petrol.
including the fuel.
Yeah.
But yeah, the battery doesn't power the engine.
Unless you've got an electric car, but this is not electric.
No.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. He got a shock somehow, and he fell and hit his head. So they, put a collar on him, and he's like, his vision's a bit blurry, and he can't really hear too well. So he's sort of peering at Hen, and he
can
calls her Antonia.
He can see well enough to see that it's to sort of make out the shape of her face, and he can see her name tag, and he thinks that it's Hen's mother.
He knows where he is. He knows what's going on, but he does see the name Wilson on her. So yeah, he asks if he says Antonia Wilson, and she's like, that's my mother. So they work out that this is kind of a weird conversation, because the way he says this is like, no person who just fell over and hit their head would be talking like this. But anyway,
I mean, he didn't hit his head very hard, clearly.
no. he's like, Antonia was always a snappy dresser. Her coat of armor was her favorite piece, if you know what I mean. It's like, do people really talk like this?
No, they don't.
But
especially when he goes on to say you catch enough shrapnel and eventually you don't want to leave any part of yourself exposed. And Hen's like, well, if you knew my mum back then, you probably knew my dad. And he goes, yeah, your dad was the shrapnel.
Yeah, it's a weird dialogue.
It's very
weird dialogue.
It's very poetic. It's very imaginative. It is absolutely 100% not realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like, whatever.
Just fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. At least we can work out from that they knew each other at some point.
Yes, and knew each other well enough.
He knew Hen's dad.
Yes, and knew that Hen's dad was a cause for concern. So then we go to commercial, and when we come back, it's 1987, and Duran Duran is playing.
This weirded me out so much. Okay, so, like, obviously I was watching it on streaming as well, so there's no commercial breaks. But, like, they just have this whole thing about, like, Hen's mum's past, and, like, if you knew my mum back then, and you probably knew my dad too.
I thought we were going
and then
back
we go to
to
1987, and I was like, why are we getting Tony's, like, I don't care about Tony's past. Why are we getting a full flashback for it?
And especially with it's the 80s, because we'd find out sort of later that they knew each other in the 70s, so why are we suddenly in the 80s? But yeah, I 100% thought that this was going to be a Tony and Clive flashback. And then when we were at the casino,
because, like, they didn't say the year that they knew each other either, so I was like, okay. No. Like, it could have been when Hen was young, I don't fucking know.
And I guess you kind of, when they pull up at the casino, I'm like, okay, maybe because we knew that Hen's mum worked in a casino, so, like, the setting probably worked, but no, this has nothing to do with the previous scene. This is a brand new scene and a brand new storyline.
Brand new case, yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it is, the casino's getting robbed. A person drives up on a motorcycle, leaves it with valet, walks into the casino, keeps the helmet on, which I guess was the 80s, rules were different, proceeds to pull a gun on one of the blackjack dealers, takes all of the chips, and then hightails it out of the casino on the bike.
And there's, like, a weird scene where the valet is, like, ogling the bike for a while until the person comes back out, and
it's so we could get a really good look at that bike. So
apparently,
we really remember the bike.
Remember they were on a bike,
and it was red and black, and it was bike. Yeah,
it was It sure was bike.
And then we cut back. Then Athena walks in, and I'm like, wow, Athena doesn't look any different in the 80s, even though she would have been, like, really, really young then, and well, not super young because she's, I don't know, 60-something now, right? And then I'm like, oh no, this is the present again? I was really confused for a minute there.
Which makes,
but anyway.
No, your confusion is understandable because it's still in the coloration or the saturation of the 80s, because it's a flashback, and 911 love to drop the saturation when it's a flashback, and you hear Athena's voice in voiceover. So 100%, yeah, I'm with you. I was expecting the 1987 version of Athena. I can't even remember if she was actually a police officer at that age or how old she would have been. But it's not, because when we cut to her, we're back to full colour. It's the present, and Athena is the Athena as we know her today.
And I'm, like, looking at the casino going, this is a weird casino. Where's, like, the, like, Technicolor carpet and, like, you know, the
it's the dingiest, most non-casino looking casino that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. Wooden floors, like, I don't know, it looks like a really old building that they've just shoved a few tables in.
Yes.
Basically. But anyway, that aside, Athena is on this case for some reason that happened like 30 years ago. Because someone tried to cash in one of the stolen chips in the present day. And the person who cashed it in is, like, a guy dressed up as Santa.
It's Santa.
Yeah.
Santa's cashing in casino
I'm like,
chips.
what time of year is this? But sure. I think it's November.
Yeah, it was like the end of November, so
yeah,
makes sense.
Sure. Time has no meaning in this show. But no, he's not actually Santa. He is a bell ringer for Santa's Helping Hand. And his story is that he found the chip in his bucket when he was on his lunch break, and I guess he was like sorting through what was all the donations while he was on lunch or before he went to lunch or something. But yeah, he was born in 1994, so he definitely wasn't involved in the robbery. And planting a seed that absolutely does not pay off for us, the audience, but does for the characters. This is Neil Biscobing.
Yeah. Rhymes with Disco King.
Rhymes with Disco King.
Sure.
I don't understand why that's a part, but yeah, it's so weird. Like, yep. Anyway, Disco King.
Yeah, anyway, it reminds
and they're all just
and Athena's just like, okay.
Sure. Yep.
If you say so. So they're trying to work out who could have, like, she's trying to solve this 30-year-old case. But
Yes.
the Doris, who is the lady who runs the casino, the manager, she's like, oh, I don't think we'll have the footage anymore of, the security footage. Everything would have been turned over to the police. And you guys probably threw that out already. And Athena's like, I think you'll be surprised about how inefficient we are. So she has to go hunting for some security tapes from 30 years ago.
Yes, and then she brings them home with
They're
her.
literally tapes, and she brings them home, and fucking Bobby goes through. I'm like, surely this isn't. Anyway,
Bobby just has been waiting for this moment.
That's skipping ahead too much, but yeah.
Yeah, he loves it. Anyway.
I'm going to say that because it was like a cold case from the 80s and it's like low priority, that nobody actually cares that she's letting a civilian look at police evidence.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes. So she brings the tapes home, but she has also invited Hen and... I'm looking at this scene when you start, because when the scene starts, it's Athena residence, but Hen and Tony are there hanging out on the patio. And I'm like, why? They're having
Yeah,
this
I'm like, which
heart-to-heart.
house are they at? Yeah.
Why are they at the Athena residence? Where is Karen? And then you find out that no, Athena specifically invited them there. So Hen and Tony are having a heart-to-heart about Clive. And Hen's like, I met this guy. Clive, do you remember him? And Tony's like, I don't know. She's like, well, he remembers you.
Yeah.
He sure does.
And then she's like, oh no, I remember him. I just, it was a long time ago. I don't actually, I don't actually care. Where did you even meet him?
In the neighborhood. Around.
Bobby butts in, gives her the details. He was fixing her car. She's like, oh my God, he's still got that car? And Hen's like, wait, you said you didn't know him, but you know that he has a car?
Yeah, in LA, a car? What?
We just knew each other from the neighborhood. No big deal. But the point of Hen and specifically Tony being there is that Athena remembers that Tony used to work at a casino, and she wants to pick Tony's brain about how somebody could have robbed the farewell.
Yeah, basically, like, if I were to rob the casino, how could I rob the casino? And Tony's like, oh, this is how you could rob the casino. I do really like that Athena's just like, oh, someone robbed the Farewell Casino, and Bobby's like, what? I didn't hear about that. And she's like, it was in 1987.
He was in 1897.
I have a learning disorder. Don't make fun of me.
And then
I was full on going to say 1879,
like
and they are not the...
Over 100 years ago.
I mean, we know Bobby's old, but he's not quite that old. And then she mentions that the robber got away with $1 million, and you can just see his eyes light up. He's like, oh, a mystery.
A robber, did you say?
And there's files in my house. Oh, evidence, heck yeah.
Anyway, they work out that there wasn't, like, no one would have $1 million worth of chips on their table at that time. It was like in the morning. So Tony says that if they could have done that if it had been a special request from a high roller. but like maybe someone was in on it.
Yes.
That's like the TLDR of this whole scene.
Yes. They think it was Bobby and Athena are coming to think that it was an inside job.
And they name him the biker bandit.
The
Bobby
biker
names him
Bobby,
the biker bandit.
Bobby names him the biker bandit.
Oh, that's catchy. I like that, says him. Yeah.
I just have to say as well, so DB Cooper, right? I never heard of him until the Loki TV series, and then I had to look him up to work out what the fuck they were referencing.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, see, I think it's like an American sort of thing, because no idea. But basically, DB Cooper like went on an aeroplane and stole a whole bunch of things, like stole a bunch of money. And then just like left the plane and no one found him ever.
Okay. But at an airport?
Like while the plane was in, no, the plane was in the ground. I mean, in the air, not on the ground.
Wow.
And yeah, they didn't find them ever.
He jumped out of the plane?
Yes.
With the money?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, this is like the third time this week that, because it is in Without a Paddle, which I did watch, but I never really put together DB, because, you know, I watched Without a Paddle back before Wikipedia was like really a thing. So I didn't really put it together. And then Hudson Williams fucking Connor Story was talking about Without a Paddle this week. And I was just like, oh yeah. And then we watched this episode. And I'm like, fucking DB Cooper's everywhere at the moment.
Without a Paddle is the guys looking for DB Cooper's treasure, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so. And then I think I can't remember, it's been a while. But yes.
Beta Meinhof in action. So while Bobby is salivating over the idea of pulling out his like little whiteboard and setting up his red string crazy person serial killer board to solve this mystery, we're going to go back to Bucks, where he's gone jogging, it looks like. He's in athletic wear, specifically shorts, so it's Alice's turn to dissociate because she's not going to pay attention to anything that's happening in the scene because
literally I have no fucking idea what happened this scene. Taylor was there.
Yep.
And Buck was in shorts. I was very distracted. Blah blah blah, place name, blah blah blah. Backstory stuff.
Taylor is there to try and find her iPad. Or no, specifically her tablet. Because they can't use brand names, I guess.
Yeah.
Although perhaps the fact that she has a tablet and not an iPad means that she's one of the bad guys.
The bad guys?
Have you heard about the Apple thing with movies?
Yes. Bad guys can't use
I think
Apple
we've
products.
discussed that before, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case anyone listening hasn't heard about it, there is a rule that Apple products cannot be in the hands of bad guys or villains in TV shows and movies. So if you're ever watching
this
a movie...
makes Taylor a bad guy?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. If she
Apple.
specifically has a tablet and an iPad, does that make her a bad guy?
Oh.
Or am I just overthinking it? I'm possibly just overthinking it.
Yeah, I think you might be.
I think they just didn't want to pay for an iPad.
Possibly. Buck has put her iPad away in one of his bedside drawers, so he retrieves it for her. And she immediately tries to leave, and he's like, why don't you at least stay for dinner? And she's like, no, I've got an early flight in the morning. And this poor boy's brain has just exploded because he's already convinced that she was breaking up with him, and now she's leaving the country.
Yeah, literally, just like, bye. Going to the airport, see ya.
He was just saying like, oh, and then you're driving them to the airport and dropping them off, and
yeah.
And here's
now
Taylor.
she's like, I'm going to the airport,
and Taylor's like, I'm going to the airport, and you're not even driving me.
and he's freaking the fuck out.
He puts his foot down. He's like, no, you can't leave. You can't just, if you're going to skip town, you got to break up with me first. She's like, why? Who said anything about breaking up with you? It's fine. I'm just going for a day. We'll talk when we get back, you crazy person. And he's like, no. My dad said we had to talk about it now, so we're going to talk about it now.
To be fair, he would spiral so fucking much if she just fucking
Yes.
took a plane and vanished.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like, at least tell me where you're going. And she pretty much just spins around and goes, fine, I'm going to my father's parole hearing. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Very dramatic commercial break.
Yes. And we return to one of the most awkward blocks of a scene that I've seen, where Buck is literally sitting on his stairs. He seems to sit on his stairs when it comes to Taylor a lot. And Taylor is sitting on the kitchen table, like not looking at him.
She's spilling her guts though. She told him all about like what happened with her parents. And she was the one who found her mum. So that the news story she was looking at in the last episode was
Yeah,
actually
so for
about her
everybody who
parents.
didn't like zoom in and read that incredibly badly written news article, this is Taylor explaining it. Whereas we zoomed in and read it, so we already know all of this information, except for the Taylor.
Yeah, but
found
we
her
didn't know
mother.
that it was about, her parents. We just knew that it was about some guy who killed his wife.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So apparently that they ruled it a suicide. Then the second jury said that he killed, like her dad killed her mum. And now he's up for a parole hearing. And, well, she's going there probably to tell them that he's a good person and needs to be released.
Yes.
But she doesn't actually know what happened. And Buck's like, maybe we could find out what really happened. He's like totally taking a leaf from
mystery.
his dad's book here. And
Yeah.
he's like, we can solve the case. And Taylor's like, I've already tried. And there is no evidence. The only people who know, there's only two people who know, and one of them is dead.
And the other one
Just
swears he's innocent.
So sad. It's very tragic.
Yes. So Buck says, well, at least let me come with you. And she literally says, no, I don't want that. Please remember that for the rest of this episode. She literally said no.
Yeah, it's not your childhood trauma. It's mine. I need to deal with it on my own.
And what we saying before about Buck listening?
He's not great at it.
Yeah, he's not great.
All right, back at the Athena residence, there is nothing kinky going on yet. But
Right
Bobby
now.
is having a great time because he's got the tapes and he is on the case.
He should
And
not
the
be
thing-
looking at these, surely.
No, but
No.
like I said, cold case, it's a robbery of a casino, it's like $1 million, nobody really cares. They're like, yeah, let your husband have fun. Maybe he solves it, maybe he doesn't. I'm more concerned with the fact that he destroys one of the tapes.
Yeah.
Like, he literally
Yeah, he
destroys
literally
evidence.
destroys it. And he's just like, oh, whoops. Like, if I was Athena, I'd be like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. But she's just like,
Yes.
oh, that's annoying. Can't look at that anymore.
It's funny because she's like, they do this scene so well. They're actually, these two are just, this episode is like a top Athena episode. Honestly, they're great in this one. She's just so done with him. She's like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you still up? And he's like, oh, come and look at this. Check this out. She's like, oh, what? I just want to go to bed.
I want you to come to bed. Please come to bed.
Yeah.
I've got another scenario that I want to play
I've
out
got
with you.
another
Let's-
scenario.
And he's like, look. Look, he's over there. He's going to hit the table. Okay, now the security's chasing him. But they work out that the tapes don't actually quite match up. Like, on one tape, the security is chasing him, and on the other tape, the security is way behind him
Yes.
from a different angle. So,
Yeah, this is... I still don't really understand it even after seeing the...
yeah, it was a little confusing, but I don't know how they got from this. Like, I understand that the tapes looked different, but at first I thought that someone had just like spliced together the tapes, but he's like, oh no, let's go to the casino and reenact this. And I'm like, no, he goes, his literal words are, there is another way we could test this theory. And Athena's like, what other way? And he goes, rob the casino. I'm like, oh my God, what is he doing now?
See, that would have been a lot more interesting. I mean, I still quite enjoy the casino scene, but that would have been really interesting if they're like, okay, we're going to set up a blackjack table and we're going to set up the chips and I'm going to hold you up at gunpoint. You're going to give me the chips and then I'm going to have all the security guards in.
Yeah. And then they can chase you out.
Yeah,
and then we have sex on the counter.
We have sex on the blackjack table.
No problem. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the idea is they can't continue to examine the security tape because he destroyed the security tape. So they're going to have to reenact it themselves to try and piece together what they lost from the tape.
Bobby has just like one harebrained scheme after another in this episode.
Yep.
He doesn't have Michael there to like egg him on, so maybe the schemes aren't as harebrained as past schemes.
Or maybe it's more harebrained because Michael would be there, but then David would also be there to like try and calm him down.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he doesn't
yeah.
have David to balance it
refine
out.
the plan. Yeah, that's right. He would...
Anyway, so they're going to role play at the casino, and you know, please don't do role play in public because like you and your partner might consent to the role play, but nobody around you has consented. So leave the role play for the bedroom, please.
Yeah, PSA. Try this at home, not at the casino.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the rest of the 118 are gossiping.
I think it's the next day. They're all at work.
Yeah.
Ravi has gone for coffee, and they are literally just hanging out on the side of the road in the truck. I think half of the 118 are in the truck. The Brady Bunch are outside, lounging on the side of the truck, gossiping. Not about Bobby this time, though.
No, hence telling the story of her mum and this mysterious dude.
And Eddie is eating it up.
It really is. Oh my God. I was like, it's the gay gossip club.
He's convinced that Clive and Tony were definitely a thing. And like the quote is like, and I mean like a big time long lost love thing. And he says that his abuela would eat this up. It's like a good telenova. And Buck's like, excuse me, sir. You watch telenovelas. You watch them with Christopher.
Yeah. And Eddie doesn't deny it. He's
the
like...
fact that Buck knows as well.
I'm pretty sure he's watched some telenovelas with them.
Oh, 100%. And then he's like, oh, that's how we practice
Spanish.
the Spanish? Yeah.
But he wants to know what happens next. And so this puts Hen on the meddling path.
And she's going to pull an Abby. She's going to pull Clive's file and get his number from the file and use it to call him. Which, no, we don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Eddie is, of course, 100% on board with this plan. But surprisingly, Buck is the voice of reason. And says, like, you don't know if they were together, you don't know if they broke up or why they broke up. And what if you're, like, reopening old wounds? What if there's some deep trauma between them that you shouldn't be poking at? And Eddie's like, when did you become the voice of reason?
Yeah, and Hen wants to know if something happened with Taylor. Because, I mean, the day before he was saying that they were done. And now he's like, oh, no, you're right. She's not breaking up with me. And Hen's like...
And that's it.
And?
That's all. Like, Hen literally looks at her watch and goes, that's all you're giving us? We've still got... And I'm assuming she's like, we've still got all this time to kill while we wait for the probie to come back with our coffee. You could at least entertain us. But thankfully for Buck, he's saved by said probie appearing with all of their coffees.
Yeah, very quickly. And he's like, yes, I ordered them online. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, he managed to shave 3 minutes off Buck's best coffee run time. Why are they keeping track of this? I don't know, but... And he even got the order right. He got Hen's oat milk right.
Well, of course, because he would have been, like, tapping it into the phone as Hen's telling him, so there's none of this having to remember it or write it down. Ravi's clever.
Yeah.
I found it really funny that for most of this scene, it's just, Buck, Eddie, and Hen. Ravi turns the corner and suddenly 5 other members of the 118 just swarm in. Like, where were you guys? Have you been sitting, like, did they not let you out of the truck this entire time?
They're not allowed in Gossip Club?
I can just imagine they're sort of sitting in the truck and one of them's got like the window cracked just enough and sort of the ear pressed at the window. What are they saying? Shh, I'm trying to listen.
Bobby was wearing what?
Bobby's wearing a suit. Very nice suit. Without a tie. He's obviously learned from Athena's,
a different drink order.
Yes, he's wearing a nice suit with a tie, open collar, and he has some club sodas, shaken, not stirred. And Athena's like, that's great for you, but where's my booze?
Yes.
And we've mentioned before about the fact that Athena is quite openly drinking around her, like, alcoholic husband.
Yeah, it feels bad.
It does.
It feels bad, but, I mean...
Like, I know Bobby says it's fine with it, but it's still weird, yeah.
Yeah, it's Bobby's choice. Like, if he thinks it's okay, then okay. But, like, I don't think I would be doing that.
No, not even, like, he's given you a non-alcoholic drink and you've gone, bitch, that needs vodka.
I need vodka in this. It's like, okay. But Athena does look very beautiful. She's got a very slinky dress on. Looks great.
Yeah, it's an orange colour that just looks amazing on her. They are at the Farewell Casino getting ready to rob it. Or at least pretend to rob it.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that Bobby is going to pretend to be the robber. He's going to pretend to pick up Athena's... I don't know why he needed her purse. He could have just walked from the table.
Pretended to run, yeah.
But in his mind, he takes Athena's purse. He's like, I'm going to pick up the purse. I'm going to hightail it for the door. You are going to play security, even though you are in heels and a very slinky dress. And you are going to try and cut me off at the door.
I do love that, like, Bobby's like, let me have your purse. And Athena's like, oh, it doesn't really go with your outfit. And Bobby's like, you don't think?
I love a secure
like,
man.
Yeah.
But she does say at one point, we're taking this role playing a little more public than necessary. It's like, you don't have to do this. You can just walk. Anyway. They're just... He's like, if you just match my pace, it should work out. And then they try it. Like, he grabs the bag and moves off, and Athena follows him, just kind of walking. And Bobby's like, but you didn't run. And she's like, I matched your pace. It's what you wanted.
Yeah, because even though as they're doing this, we're seeing, like, the replay of the footage from 1987, when they move off, even though in 1987 the biker gets there first and security is nowhere to be seen, when Bobby gets there, Athena is immediately meeting him at the door.
Yeah, I still don't understand any of this, but it's cute watching them play.
Well, I think what they end up working out is that the security was in on it. Like, they didn't chase.
No, security weren't in on it. They just can't understand how in 1987 security were not able to do what Athena is doing. And they tried at least 4 times, much to the confusion of Doris, who's just watching Bobby run backwards and forwards across the casino and Athena chasing him. Bobby does get a brainwave when Athena's vodka and soda appears and she's taking her drink. And he notices that the spot where Athena catches up to him, there is a fire extinguisher right next to the door. And the light bulb goes off and he pulls out his phone. So not only did he have access to evidence and destroy said evidence, but he also copied said evidence onto his phone. And he's showing Athena the difference between the biker walking in as compared to the fire extinguisher and the biker running out after they've robbed the casino as compared to the fire extinguisher. And he says, per code, the fire extinguisher has to be 3 feet. So the fire extinguisher doesn't move. But when you look at the photos of the before and after of the biker, he shrinks. He comes into the casino looking about 6 foot tall. He leaves the casino looking about 5'7", 5'8".
So there were two of them.
There were two of them. At this point, Doris has had enough. She has no idea what's going on her casino floor. She's slightly suspicious. She comes over to check what's going on. And she realizes that they are working the case. And Bobby's very excited about it. And he's like, didn't you used to work here at the casino? And she's like, yes, I was a dealer. I wasn't working that morning, though. I was in business school.
Yeah, I was totally at school and not robbing the place.
And she tries to distract them and say, look, while you're here, let me get you a meal at our restaurant. Comp you a meal, a nice bottle of wine. And Athena's like, you are not bribing me. You cannot give me wine and steak to keep me quiet. And as she walks away, both Athena and Bobby sort of look at her and go, how tall do you think she is? 5'7"? Maybe 5'8"?
Yeah, they're connecting some dots here.
They are connecting
the dots. But once again, they've written a mystery where the audience can't connect the dots.
Yeah.
Because they're having to keep telling us all of the dots rather than showing us the dots and letting us put them together ourselves. 911, please, just once, please, write a mystery episode that's actually a mystery episode. Give me a mystery that I can feel stupid that I didn't solve, that I should have been able to solve. Or give me a mystery that I was able to solve before you told it to me in the end and I can feel incredibly smart. Because the next part is Athena going to Neil Biscobing, who is ringing his bell for Santa again, and telling us, the audience, that there was a Jimmy Biscobing who used to gamble quite regularly at the casino around the time of the robbery. And that is apparently Santa's uncle.
I don't know how they found that out.
I don't know.
But we don't find out how she found that out.
No.
But anyway, she basically, so he says that his uncle passed away and he found the chip that got cashed in when his dad and him were cleaning out his uncle's place. But they also found a photo of Doris and his uncle posing in front of a motorbike, which looks quite a lot like the flashback motorbike.
It does, which was why we got that extended sequence of the valet drooling all over it, so that we could at least connect those dots.
The dumbest thing is, when they first showed it in the flashback, the person running out is so clearly a woman that I'm like, how did no one notice?
Because the helmet.
Yeah, of course. My bad.
No one was paying attention, obviously. They got away with it.
No one was paying close enough attention.
That's right.
Clearly the cops back then, just like the cops now, were not good at being cops.
So Athena shows Doris the picture and she confirms that she knew this person, and Athena basically accuses her of robbing the casino. We get a little flashbacks to 1987 again. Of a young Doris.
Doris absolutely does not deny it.
No. And she's like, am I under arrest? And Athena's like, I can't really...
we can't do anything.
Do anything about
know
this?
That we know. What?
Yeah. She did speak with Doris's employers. And Doris is like, did they really have to know? And Athena's like, bitch, yes. It's what I do. And then we cut to the prison, and I was like, oh, my God, they put her in jail already? Wow.
They move fast.
Athena moves like lightning. But no, it's not Doris. It's Taylor.
It's Taylor. She's on the shuttle bus that they use to take the visitors to the prison. She gets off the bus. She looks like she's been crying. The bus pulls away, and... there is Buck, sitting at the bus stop, waiting for her. Like, dude, she told you she didn't want you there.
Turns out, though, she kind of did want him there. It's kind of cute.
Yeah. I mean, she did tell him not to come. But I guess it's nice of him to show up anyway, in a way.
I think she's just so kind of emotionally devastated at this moment that she doesn't have it in her to fight with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she'd been at, like, full strength, she absolutely would have ripped him a new one. But she's just come back from attending her father's parole hearing. But, hey, I actually said it correctly for once. Go me. And sorry, I just had a flashback of me trying to say the words parole hearing for that episode.
yeah, there
like
was
in
one
season
time.
2 or something.
That was a long time ago.
It was. So she attended the hearing. She intended to stand up and speak on her dad's behalf, but she couldn't, and apparently he just ripped her to shreds for doing so. And she's a little bit emotionally devastated. He told her that she was a terrible daughter and that she was letting him down.
Which is, lovely to say to you.
So she's probably not in the best frame of mind to be yelling at her boyfriend at this point. She's softened enough that, yes, she is slightly relieved that he is there.
But he says he came in case you needed me, which is very sweet. All right, it's time for Hen to do some more meddling.
Hen's meddling is worse than Buck's driving to make sure that Taylor's okay.
Yeah. Well, she's dragged her mum out for lunch at a pizza place. And Tony
an Italian
is like,
restaurant. It looks too fancy to just be a pizza place.
It's a pizzeria, I mean.
Yeah, but then it says Hollywood's oldest Italian restaurant, so it's going to have more than just
Okay,
pizza.
I guess it's slightly more highbrow than just a pizza. It's not Pizza Hut.
No, because later on we see Clive there in a suit with a bouquet of red roses, and I can just imagine someone rocking up to Pizza Hut in that outfit with those flowers. I'm like, no.
I'm sure it's happened. Anyway, Tony is really suspicious. She's like, why did you bring me here? What's the terrible news? And Hen's like, no, there's no terrible news. But this guy is here. So yeah, Clive's there. And he has flowers. And he's very cute. He's very sweet. And Tony's just like, no, bye.
Nope. She literally says, you look good, but I'm not staying. Here's your flowers back. Goodbye.
He tries to call out to her, but Hen's like, I'll just go and see if I can get her to come back. But she kind of gets mad at Hen, and the past is the past for a reason, Henrietta.
She full names her Henrietta.
Yeah. Hen looks really confused.
She forgot her name was Henrietta.
Yeah. She's like, wow, no one calls me that anymore. All right. Short scene, we're jumping back to, somehow Buck and Taylor have now instantly come back to LA. I guess it was a couple of days later. I don't know.
Or maybe just later that night. I don't know how long it takes to fly from Oklahoma to LA.
Probably not that long, but going to the airport and getting a flight just feels like an all-day experience. I don't know. Even if you're only flying a couple of hours.
Okay, but even if they
much rigmarole.
Even if they had spent all day with each other, they've saved this conversation until they're back on Buck's
until they
couch.
got home on the couch. Yeah.
They've been silent. But they haven't talked to each other at all until they got home.
Buck even picked her back up from the airport, and they're like, nope, not talking.
Just wait.
They do have a little cuddle on the couch, and Buck's like, I too understand a complicated family dynamic that's hard to put into words. It's like, yes, we do know all about you, Buck.
I mean, it's a sweet little scene. The writing just seems a little bit
stilted,
on the nose. I mean, at one point, Taylor literally says, I tell other people's stories for a living because I hate telling my own. And I mean, yes, that is
Sure,
kind of,
yep.
we understood that once we learned, like, I think that was unspoken once we learned sort of your past and we sort of put it together. I don't think we're catering for the absolute phone scrollers in the audience here right now by literally saying the unspoken, which is apparently what Netflix is doing these days.
Yeah, did you see the thing where, like, that's why there's so much exposition in TV shows?
I saw a snippet
Because
of an
people are on their
interview
phone?
with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck where they were pitching something to Netflix, and Netflix said, we need you to explain the plot at least 3 times every so often, just so the people who are on their phones can understand what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's what that scene was. That was catering for the people on the phones.
Excellent television. Yep. Moving along. So back to Hen and Tony. We get a bit of more of an explanation of what happened with Clive. So as it turns out, Hen was cheating on Hen's dad.
Nope.
Sorry, Tony was.
No, try that again.
We've done that one. Tony was cheating on Hen's dad with Clive.
Yes.
Because Hen's dad wasn't. It wasn't going well with him. He wasn't a nice person.
Cheating runs in the family.
Apparently it's
Who knew it was genetic?
Yes.
Genetic.
Yes, and the affair was serious enough that Tony was considering leaving and running away with Clive. And she would have if it hadn't been for that pesky kid, i.e. Hen. Because just as she was about to leave, Tony's doctor called and said, hey, surprise, you're pregnant. Tony said that she was willing to leave her husband, but she couldn't walk out on the father of her child.
Sure.
And Hen's doing the math, and she's like, wait, I mean, are you sure that Dad was even? And Tony just gives her this, like, stink eye and says, this isn't Maury Povich. Yes, I'm sure that your father is your father.
I don't know what Maury Povich is.
Oh, it's a talk show or not a talk show. It's like
Jerry Springer,
what's it called?
kind of.
Jerry Springer. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I only know because he's in How I Met Your Mother.
It used to be on sort of afternoon, sort of early, like the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock kind of time slot on free to air. It's basically him on a stage. They'd have the theme of the, like, my baby daddy, blah, 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 blah. They'd have the baby daddy would come out. They'd bring out the mother, and they would usually do paternity tests on stage. And
so it's like
reveal the results on
like
stage.
Ricky Lake kind of thing.
Yeah, but trashier. Because I think Ricky Lake was still trying to cater to sort of the female audience and the stay-at-home mums, whereas Maury Povich was literally trying to be think Jerry Springer but without the fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. But why were there so many of these trashy shows?
Because people watched
in like the
them.
80s.
I mean, like, this was before the internet. So I
remember staying home from school when I was sick and, like, watching, like, you know, the midday show or whatever Australian crap was on in the middle of the day. But then these shows would come on and you'd be like, why? What is going on with these shows?
Because they didn't have reality TV shows for the drama. This was reality TV.
No.
Yeah, this was the reality TV. I don't remember, like, I know that we got the whole backstory with Hen's dad. I don't remember it. Do you guys remember it?
There was an entire episode because he shows up in the hospital and Hen is his emergency
Doesn't
contact.
Hen have to kill him?
Yeah.
And she discovers that
right.
he was living close and he was saving all of her, like, he'd saved all of her shit and he was collecting newspaper articles about her and he seemed to be, like, proud of her and that she had to turn off life support.
That's right. Yes. God, that was a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
I forgot that even happened.
Yeah, there you go. So when Hen was 9, her father abandoned her. And then, like, so it's weird that her mum's just like, I couldn't abandon the father of my child. But then when Hen's dad leaves, she's just like, oh, well. Like, what? Find the guy. I don't know. It's weird.
I think the implication is that she didn't want to because her life was better without him. Remember, he was the shrapnel that she put her suit of armour on to protect herself from.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, Hen gives her Clive's number anyway and just tells her that maybe the future that you thought you might have with him is now. You just have to step into it. So it's kind of a sweet scene in a way.
It is.
Yeah.
I just don't really care.
Yeah.
Nearly
All right.
there.
This is a funny scene as well because May comes back to her mother's house and she's like making a bunch of noise when she comes in. She's like, hey, anyone home?
She's like slamming the door, stomping down the stairs, jingling her keys. Like,
yeah.
Did you not text
Hello,
beforehand?
Everyone there?
Everyone got clothes on.
Her parents do have clothes on. They're sitting at the table playing gin. Because now Bobby has.
I'm assuming May
addicted to cards.
messaged and was just like, I'm coming over, and they were like, okay, let's just like play cards, I guess, until she's here.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So May comes down. She's like, the only reason I've come is because one of your bills got mixed up with my mail. I've come to deliver it. I'm going to go now. And Bobby looks at Athena like, are we going to keep playing cards? Athena lowers her hand of cards and pulls out the handcuffs that she's brought home from the station. She's like, we're about to have fun.
Oh
and I just really hope she remembered to bring the
so
key.
Freaky.
And that she's going to keep the key close by her this time.
I wonder how many times she's had to call Hen since then.
I really hope she learned her lesson.
Yeah. All right, this is like a bunch of really little scenes from here out kind of thing. Montage time. So we go back to Buck and Taylor.
Hang on, we got to go to the hospital first. Because despite not being family or next of kin, the hospital have somehow allowed Gabby to just move into Chloe's hospital room. And how long has she been in the hospital asleep?
Anyway.
Because she like looks up and Chloe wakes up and kind of looks over and Gabby is there. And it seems like it's the first time they've spoken since the sinkhole incident, which was how many days ago?
Yeah, it was fine. It was yesterday. Everything else just happened really weird.
Yeah, don't timey-wimey like.
So Taylor managed to fly from LA to Oklahoma and back again in one day.
Yeah.
Even though she had an early flight in the morning, which means that at least more than a day has passed.
Yep. It's
I think
fine.
we've jumped back in time to this hospital room. Anyway, it
I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
that makes sense. I will go with that.
Because these two are like making hard eyes at each other now. And
that's why it's got a sepia filter. You didn't notice?
It's a flashback.
Yeah, it's a flashback.
Yeah.
All right, so we flashed back. Those two are making hard eyes. Taylor confesses her love to Buck and then assaults him with a green bean. That is exactly what happens.
It is,
Yes.
actually, yeah.
Buck says, are you sure you're not mad at me for showing up in Oklahoma? Taylor says, well, honestly, I kind of love you for it. Buck clocks that she said, I love you, and she throws a green bean at him and says, don't make it weird.
What? Oh, they're so cute. It makes no sense, but I think it's really cute.
That's cute. It's fine.
We've got Clive waiting around outside on the street, like on the footpath, and Tony appears and she's got a suitcase with her. And then we have a flashback. This is a strange kind of flashback in a montage, which I don't know how that works. But anyway, we have young Tony walking out of an alley carrying the same suitcase, apparently. I didn't notice that, but yes, suitcase.
It's the same suitcase.
And Clive is waiting. Young Clive is standing waiting. And apparently she's going to run away with Clive again for real this time. So
stay in LA because they're old.
That's what I thought. I thought that she was like finally running away with him, but it turns out they were just going on a road trip. Maybe not even a road trip. She's just going for a drive.
They were going around the block.
So why did she need a suitcase except for this, for the purposes of this scene?
I don't know. Anyway, how long are they going away for? Don't know.
What does she say in the text message? Went for a drive with an old friend. Don't wait up.
Don't wait up.
So they're going to drive around the corner to a motel and have some fun and then come home again. I don't know. Anyway, Buck and Taylor. So this is the bit where everyone gets lucky because Buck and Taylor are having smoochies, and then Buck says, I guess now I know all your secrets. And Taylor says that actually Kelly is my middle name. It's like, I don't think that was a secret, Taylor.
Yeah, I clocked that last episode.
I think we knew that your last name wasn't Kelly.
Yeah, we figured that out, but that's fine.
But she changed it for anonymity reasons. And then Bobby and Athena are getting in on at their place, which we already knew was happening. They've just been just horny this whole episode because they don't have Michael coming and crashing their party anymore. Gabby and Chloe are still in the hospital, and we're just cutting back and forth between all the couples now.
Pretty much, yeah. Meanwhile, Eddie's at home watching telenovelas with Christopher and his abuela.
Oh, yes. Well away from the women of LA.
Yes, stay away from the women of LA, Edmundo. Please, we're begging you.
Please.
I mean, there were bits of this episode were completely hilarious, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Like you said, I like snippets of the episode, so I love I like Bobby and Athena's storyline in this, even though it is completely ridiculous. I just love the idea of these two old people getting horny and role playing all over the place. And I love the conversations with the 118, especially the one in the truck.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I don't care about Tony and Clive.
I don't care about Tony and Clive. The initial emergency was meh in the scale of emergencies.
It was a bit silly, yeah.
Didn't really care about Taylor's storyline.
My girl. No, I didn't really care.
No,
I appreciated. I liked their scenes, but I don't really care about Taylor's backstory. So is Taylor.
Well, I mean, it was really just about her and Buck, wasn't it? We don't even meet her dad at all. So
they didn't want to cast someone else this episode. What are you talking about?
But that's the other thing that's really I know that in reality, in real life, you don't always get resolution. You don't always get answers. There's no sort of not every story ends happily. But it just seemed, I don't know, that they had this big build up to, Taylor looking at this story on the computer and getting upset about it with this story about this guy that killed his wife, and then oh my God, I'm going to my dad's parole hearing, and then that's it.
Then they were like, oh fuck, we start the hiatus in 2 weeks. Let's just sweep that under the rug.
It's we've got this entire story about Taylor, but it's really about Buck.
Yeah.
We don't actually care about Taylor, we're just setting it up for Buck. Which kind of, I don't know, they a missed opportunity? I don't know.
It kind of, in the end, it kind of feels like drama for no reason.
Drama for drama's sake? Yeah.
Yeah, there was no, maybe they're closer at the end of it. But they would have been anyway if there hadn't been secrets. So, I don't know. They just added it for the sake of the drama. Everything is for the drama in a drama show, but...
It just, the lack of resolution, it just seemed
Which I think I'm okay with, but I think what I'm struggling with that storyline is that you only get 40 minutes in a show to tell a story. So you would think that every story you put on in those 40 minutes, there is enough importance like, it's important enough that you are choosing to use your minutes to tell this story. And I just don't understand what the story is they're trying to tell with that plot line.
Yeah.
Except to further Buck and Taylor's relationship, but it just seems like, to be honest, they seem really awkward with each other in this episode. Like, even at the end. I don't know if it's just me, but they just seem really awkward with each other.
They have in the last couple of episodes, actually, I thought. Like, because they were building up to this kind of, oh, maybe we're breaking up, you know. That's what I thought it was. But, like, even when after they worked it out, like, when they're sitting on the couch, it kind of felt kind of awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened, because when they were just, like, fucking in the karaoke bar's bathroom, they had chemistry.
So much chemistry.
Now it doesn't seem like they have any chemistry. And I don't understand what's happened.
Oh, it's still cute, though. But you're
and I know that it's like, oh, you know, when you're in relationships, you know, the spark disappears, but if you're trying to sell a relationship to an audience, you need to at least pretend there's some kind of spark. I mean, look at Bobby and Athena. Peter and Angela are amazing together. And that relationship has been there for, 4 seasons now.
I think the writers just don't know what to do with Buck and Taylor, so they just, like, they don't know what to do with any of Buck and Eddie's relationships, let's be real.
Yes. So here's a hint, writer. Get rid of the women in the relationship and just have those two together.
I can think of one thing they could do.
Because I can guarantee you that would work.
Please leave the women of LA alone.
Oh my god. Okay.
But yeah, I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it more than the fucking season 9 episode that I watched this morning, so.
Haven't seen it, but I will agree. Even without having seen it, I'm like, if it's anything like the last couple of season 9 episodes, yes, this was better.
I just by knowing you season 9, I already prefer this season 5 episode. And once again, I don't have just met the man. Met the season.
Yep.
All right, well, tell me, so next week is the mid-season finale?
It's the fall finale, the mid-season break. They go on hiatus, so this is the end of 5A.
Oh, wait, this was the last episode of I thought we had one more episode. No, that's it?
Nope.
No, next week.
Okay, yeah, cool. No, that's what I thought.
So we get next week's is the fall finale, then we get a couple of weeks, well, in 2021 there was a couple of weeks break. We don't get a couple of weeks break. We're going to plow
That's okay.
On.
We do get a couple of weeks break from season 9 at least, which is kind of a relief right now.
But anyway, meanwhile in season 5, it's the Christmas episode, which I'm a little bit bummed that we didn't actually get to it in time for Christmas, because that would have been good, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The synopsis tells us that the members of the 118 are going to be called to a series of emergencies around Christmas Eve. And then after they've dealt with all those emergencies, Eddie has to struggle with an emotional Christopher.
Aww.
And our episodes are a car accident, multiple car accidents, trolley, as in like one of those trams, like not a shopping trolley, one of those sort of trolley cars, versus a person. And then there's also another car versus building. There is cheating. And
is it Hen and her mum again?
No, it's not Hen. It's a NPC character. And then childhood PTSD.
Oh no. Is it Harry?
See above emotional Christopher. And emotional Christopher plus Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is not a good time for him.
No.
In historically.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Oh, well, I'm excited to have another Christmas episode. It's been a while since we last did one. Not a whole year, but a little while. Anything else to say about this episode, or shall we wrap up?
Let's wrap it up.
I think that's it. I'm tired.
Wrap it up in
lost
red.
Attention span.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, please let us know what you thought about this episode. You can send us comments on Spotify, on YouTube or social media, or you can put a comment on the actual post on thatweewooshow.com.
Just come join our conversations with Pigeon. We're having a great time on the website.
Yeah. Hello, Pigeon, if you've caught up to this episode. It won't be long.
Have you worked out which one of us owns Autumn yet? Because I'm having a great time with the fact that you don't know. I'm actually going to ship Autumn to the other one of us, just to confuse you even more.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for listening this week, and we will see you next week to talk about... We're going to talk about episode 10, which is called Wrapped in Red. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
911 is a fictional show, but many of the situations portrayed happen in the real world too. If any of the topics we've discussed in this episode have affected you, please know you're not alone. You can call or text numbers in your country for help. Just Google crisis support in your location to find out the number. If you enjoy our podcast, you can help us out by leaving us a review on Spotify or your preferred listening app, and by sharing our social media posts. Find out more at thatweewooshow.com.
Oh my god, that was a mess at the end.
I lost the plot at the end.
Yeah, I'm like, we were so into it, and then at the end we're like, yeah, we don't care about the resolution of any of these stories.
No, well, I think the episode kind of lost the plot at the end.
Yeah, like we were having a great time with Bobby stealing the purse, and then after that we're like, yeah, we don't care anymore.
Bobby stole the purse, and we're like, okay, yeah, we've done. Wait, what do you mean there's still more of the episode? We're done.
Literally, it just kept going.
After that, there was no more fun stuff. It was just like...
Yeah,
everyone was like,
just don't care.
Yep.